Here's the scenario. You only have an hour to train in the gym. That means leaving the house and returning home. Well, check it out. I put a quick and extremely efficient chest and tricep workout for maximum muscle growth. Let's get into it. All right, so here's how this workout's gonna start. We're starting off with seated cable flies just to set the tone. And it's not necessarily pre-exhaust because we're actually gonna put everything into our first set that's going to set the tone for the rest of our exercise. Now, we're only doing 2 chest exercises today. That's gonna be cable flies, and then we're doing dumbbell incline quarter full. When I get there, I'll explain that. Either way, for this first exercise, we're gonna do 10 to 15 reps. Every rep's gonna have a 2-second pause at the bottom, and that's gonna make sure the tension is extremely high to start. And then for the rest of the exercise coming after that, everything's gonna be that much harder. When you start, make sure that you get your bench far enough away from the cable so that when you do your rep and we're here, there's already slack on the cables or not bottomed out. So make sure the bench is far enough away to start. From floor to core, make sure your feet are a little bit underneath your knees, push your butt in the back of the bench. Chest is gonna be nice and tall. From here, we're gonna pull the cables in to start. We're gonna press them right away. Then we're gonna reset our shoulders, so back and away from our ears, chest high to the ceiling. And you're gonna keep your head on the bench. And then from here, opening up our arms, and then opening a nice stretch. 1, 2, drive through, coming back out again. Big stretch, 1, 2, and then push. Remember, we're pushing in front, so drive and back, push, and then controlled negative. We don't have to have like a long negative. What's important is we get a good stretch and full range of motion. And make sure you finish your last rep in the whole stretch and let it go. That's how your set's gonna look like. You're gonna do 4 hard sets like that. We're only doing 4 hard sets here, and then 4 sets of next. So we're doing 8 total sets of chest, and then we're doing 6 total sets of triceps, hitting a quarter for sets per muscle group a day. So I would say scale of like 1 to 10 hard wise, that's about like a 6. So I'm gonna increase the weight by just about 10. That's gonna bring me close to failure. I don't need to go to failure on any of these sets because the way this is set up, failure just isn't necessary. So you're gonna try to give yourself a proper judgment of how hard your set actually is. And then again, coming to a couple reps from failure, meaning you can't get 1 more rep at all. So think about what that feels like at that point and gauge it from there. All right, guys, so I have it at around a little bit more than a 15-degree incline. You could do 30 is completely fine, but the purpose is to have a little bit of an incline for this exercise. Now, every rep, we're doing 6 to 12 reps, and every rep we're starting from the top, coming all the way down to a full stretch, up a third of the way, down all the way through. Nice stretch, up a third of the way, down all the way through. So we're getting a good amount of partials within every other rep. So you're basically almost doing like 2 reps for 1. That's what we're doing, like 6 to 12 reps. So you're gonna end up doing almost like 12 to 24 reps. So your weight selection after doing flies should be something very intelligent when picking it. So don't think you're gonna go and do the same amount you were using before if you had to start off with doing incline. So I'm gonna start off with just about a 60 just to kind of feel it out right now. That's kind of close to where I know I'm at, but if I can do a little more than 12, then we're definitely gonna go higher. If I can't get anything in between the 6, then I'm just gonna like stop where I'm at. The goal is to get at least 6 and maximum 12 in that rep range. What's up, guys? A lot of you guys have watched the video but not subscribed, so do your boy a favor, subscribe to the channel and hit the post notification button as well too, so next time I put a video, you'll be the first ones to get it. Back to the show. Oh, that's it. Accurate with my weight selection. And what you'll probably feel is the same thing I just felt. You start off, like it's kind of easy. I should go easy, get 12 reps. Then somewhere along the lines of like 4 to 5, it starts to creep up. The main goal is to make sure you're consistent with the entire range of motion. So just because you're doing a partial doesn't mean that your partial becomes even less and less and less of a partial. When I'm down here, I'm getting the same stretch and I'm pressing up, engaging the press, pulling it back down chest high, and then finishing all the way top. Every rep looks the same. So don't get down to here, have your first nice stretch, then just do this and pop it up, right? We wanna make the reps as hard as we possibly can with the weight they're using, and that's gonna continue to keep tension as high as possible on the muscle, which is gonna help you build more muscle. So don't cheat yourself in these reps. They're hard. Be meticulous with intention. 4 sets, 4 hard sets. That first set is gonna be a hard set for me. I'm gonna do 3 more just like that. Make sure you guys rest at least 2 minutes. If you gotta give yourself an extra 30 seconds, go right ahead. But if we wanna keep tension as high as possible, in terms of hypertrophy, we wanna make sure we're resting in a nice sweet spot of 2 minutes. If you have a bench like this, you're good. If you don't have one like this, that's fine. Your regular bench will work. It's just easier to not have the back part so high in the way. We're doing 3 hard sets of overhead tricep extensions. We're gonna use the easy bar just so we can drive the elbows forward a little bit. Someone already asked me a question that, do we have to have the elbows going forward? If we're using the bar like this, yes, we do. If we're using just the rope, we do want to have our elbows flayed out a bit, because the whole point of having the rope is to give you that free motion to basically do a overhead extension, almost like if you're doing a one-arm dumbbell overhead extension. When you have the rope, yes, we can go this way. When we have the easy bar or any bar, you want to be here, elbows tucked in, and it's going to put a lot more pressure or stretch on your triceps. How we're doing this, guys, just completely straight reps. We're going to really emphasize this stretch for this exercise, because this is probably one of the best exercises for our triceps. So when we're in that overhead position, we're just gonna milk a 2-second negative, complete tension at the bottom lift, straight sets, 10 to 12 reps. So I'm gonna be from here up, coming all the way down, stretch. I'm gonna drive those elbows to the ceiling even more, letting that forearm and the bicep touch, and then up, controlling it down, stretch, 2. It's fairly easy. Obviously, guys, when we're starting new exercises, it is smart to do a warm-up set just to get you accustomed to the actual exercise itself, the posture and whatnot, the tempo, range of motion. But again, when we're in a bench, anytime, guys, you should feel like you're doing, like you're pushing yourself back, right? We want to create that for leverage. So my feet aren't gonna be out here. They're gonna be kind of tucked underneath. I wanna be active. My feet aren't gonna be here. They're gonna be tucked underneath my knees a bit. And from that, I'm pushing myself in the back of the bench, and that's gonna get myself in this nice leverage upright position to be here. And then I can really isolate my triceps from here. Again, we don't want our shoulders to be in our ears like this. Keep the shoulders down. So when the weight's coming down, the cables are coming down, we're letting the cable pull ourselves into position to pull up, to stretch even more, driving it up, coming down, nice stretch, 2, pulling up, right back down, 1, 2, and then driving up. Reach those elbows to the ceiling to get more of a stretch. You're gonna feel a long head of your tricep just blazing pumped after. So 3 hard sets, guys, 10 to 12 reps. Milk that 2-second stretch, the lengthened part of the contraction, and then just a controlled rep on the way down. Make sure we get full range of motion to the top and coming down. Don't snap your elbows to the top. Get there, be precise, stretch, like flex, and then down, stretch, flex, and then down, and stretch. We're gonna switch her up. We've worked the long head of our tricep. Now we're gonna take this, we're gonna pull this all the way up to here. Now we're gonna do pull downs. Now from here, we're doing our full range. Remember, elbows are gonna get tucked right in, nice and tight from here, pulling straight down, and then straight sets. We're still gonna milk that stretch from here and down. Now, when we can't get the full range at the very end, we're gonna take these to failure with partials at the end. So what I would recommend is Keep those elbows tucked right in, and we're doing a partial and pulling out, stretch, out, stretch, out. That's what your partials will look like after you hit failure when pulling these all the way down to that full range of motion. We'll do another 3 hard sets, 10 to 12 reps, milking the negative, milking that stretch. Then once you can't get the full range, then we're gonna get as many partials as we can until we hit true failure, which means we can't even do a partial. So that could be 2 partials, that could be 1 partial, it could be 5 partials. Doesn't really matter. We're taking it to failure with partials. All right, so guys, pull the weight down, almost like pull it down as if you're doing a dumbbell or a machine pullover. So you're gonna pull the elbows down, tuck them in. Don't pull them all the way down because now guess what? The rope is on my face and this sucks. So we're gonna pull your elbows right to the front so we still have tension from here. And then from here, tucking the elbows and pushing out. Stretch, push. And I'm just gonna practice these partials. So I want out, stretch, out, stretch. And that'll be good. So again, that warm-up set is basically practicing what a hard set's gonna look like. Here's something you can kind of give yourself like an idea of how far your partial should be. My negative is gonna bring me all the way back until my forearm, my bicep are touching. I want my partial to be when my forearm and bicep have space and it closes back. We don't gotta go any further than that. So just think from here to here. Space from here to here. So once you can't do this anymore, that's done. Quick, extremely efficient, 14 total sets. It's 8 total sets of chest and 6 total sets of triceps. And I'm pumped and I'm good to go. And there's nothing else I can do in the gym. So if you're stuck for time and you want to train chest and triceps and be efficient, copy this exercise. Let me know what goes in the comment section below. So next time, you know how it is. Iron sharpens iron. Progressive overload your life. In the meantime, keep dream chasing. Peace.